Okay, so welcome back to this Powerlife back office tutorial. And today we're going to have a look at an updated version of the registering a new member, which includes your G2PS Rebate Wallet allocation that you can use towards the new registration. So we're at our dashboard now, as previously before, and don't forget to have a good look at the wallet entry request down here. As you can see under wallet management, you need to click and have wallet entry request, because you need to make sure that you have enough points in your account in order to be able to register a new member. And there's another video coming very soon which will show you exactly how to do that. So for the time being, let's go back to packages and let's click on new register. Now the first thing that will come up with will be a bunch of flags, and if you can see the flag of the country in which the person resides, then click on that. If you don't see that flag there, please click on the international, and when you come to register with the country that they're in, there will be a drop down list of every other country that is not, and in fact including the ones that are in this one. The only difference is that all the ones with flags on have the products listed in the currency of that country, whereas the international ones only have it listed insofar as the US dollar is concerned. So let's look at international. Okay, so we'll click on that. Now the first thing that comes up is the ranking. What rank is this new member going to join at? Are they going to join as a member or a VIP or a manager or a power? So for purposes of this example, we're going to join them up as a VIP, so let's click that button there. And of course a VIP is entitled to 2 products plus of course 1 free pro sale. So we're going to move on down and we're going to, let's say they want 1 Pro Lady and 1 Protect, so we'll click the plus sign on Pro Lady. Okay, that comes up to 1, and then we'll click the plus sign on Protect. In fact, it's already been clicked by default for some reason. So again, you'll see that the currency here is in UT, which is universal, and it's $50. So they also get, as we know, 1 free Pro Cell, which is listed down there. So for purposes of this, we're now going to register them under the ID, and it's your ID if you're the sponsor, so it's your ID that comes there. Your name will automatically pop up. If I put in Paul Baker, for example, my name will automatically come up there. You also need to decide who you're going to place them under. This person isn't going to receive the introduction bonus, of course you are, but you're building your power legs, and again there's a video later on looking at sponsors and genealogy in your placement tree and how you're going to place them to maximum effect. So we're going to place them under this guy called Lloyd Gilson, and we're going to place them on his right leg. Moving further on down, we then come to the member ID section, and you have to decide what their ID is going to be. Make it something fairly simple. If the name is Fred Smith, give them the ID F Smith 1, or if it's Aurelia Johnson, give her the ID A Johnson 1, or whatever, something which resembles their name. Okay, then you need to put in a new login password, and I would suggest 123456. Confirm that and give them the same security password. This can of course be changed at any time once they have access to the back office, and we do always strongly suggest that they change it as soon as possible. We then come to language, and you need to select language, English or Chinese. Obviously I'm selecting English here. And then their personal details. We need this filled out in full, because in order for them to withdraw in the future, these details will be necessary. So their full name, their passport or their ID number, if they don't have a passport or driving license is fine. The country in which they're in, you can see the drop down list there. Let's put in Denmark here, okay? And you'll see that the contact number comes up default to the country code. So then you need to put in their telephone number minus any zeros at the beginning of it, because the 45 is already there. Then their primary email, their date of birth. Again, please ensure this is filled in. Now, we come down to bank details. Now, these aren't necessary unless and until they decide to make a withdrawal. They can be done, of course, at the point of registration, but they can be left for the person that you're sponsoring to fill them in at a later date. We then move on down to delivery info, and bear in mind every single one of these fields needs to be filled up if you tick no for self-pickup. Okay, this is because if it's self-pickup, we don't need to address details, but again, please make sure they're filled in, because your country managers will be able to look to see who is where for things like planning events, for things like support and all these kinds of things. If you're in the UK, for example, and we don't know whether you're in Manchester or London, that can make a difference as to where we can support you and how we can support you. So even if it's a short address, make sure that you fill in every field. If you need to double up something, 27 Chandler Avenue, put 27 Chandler Avenue again. London, the postcode, or in this instance Denmark, so it could be Copenhagen. The contact number, so again, just numbers with 0 zeros, no plus signs or anything like that. Then the email and any comments that you might have. You're then going to tick, I agree to the terms and conditions. If you're sponsoring them or you're filling this in for your new member, you are agreeing on their behalf. So I really would suggest strongly that you check this box and agree to the terms and conditions, because a lot of people don't, and they worry about it afterwards. So have a good look at them and make sure that the person you're sponsoring understands what our terms and conditions are. They're fairly standard, but they are quite important. Now, of course, you do need to make sure, as I said earlier, that you have enough points in your Wallet A. If you're sponsoring a VIP, for example, which we are in this instance, as we can see at the top, it's 100 points. So you need to make sure that you've paid the appropriate amount into your country bank account, or you already have those points in Wallet A. Now, if you're a G2PS member, you will have a G2PS Rebate Wallet. If you're sponsoring a VIP, you only need to pay out 80 points from your Wallet A, or request 80 points from your Wallet A, and 20 points will be automatically transferred from your G2PS Rebate Wallet over to your Wallet A for purposes of this registration. If it's a member, it's 50 points, so you can transfer 10 from G2PS Rebate Wallet. If it's a manager, you can use 100 points from your G2PS Rebate Wallet, and if it's a power, you can use 320 points. So don't forget, this will happen automatically, so you only need to request 80% of the points that you need to sponsor anybody in a particular ranking. So have a look at this video a few times over. It's fairly straightforward, and we'll be covering in the next video upgrades and maintenance.